Hello everyone, and thank you all so much for stopping by my channel, Southern Finch Astrology. My name is Billy. I really hope that everyone is having a wonderful day, staying safe, drinking your water, and all those beautiful things. So with that being said, I'm just gonna go right ahead and get into the video. I will not be before you long, but I just wanted to take a moment to talk about astrology for just a moment. As I'm sure, a lot of us know, that the government has recently shut down. And with that being said, I just took just a brief look at the birth chart of the United States of America, right? As far as like the actual time of the birth chart, some say that the Declaration of Independence was signed at 5 o'clock. Some people say that it was 4 o'clock. So what I did is I just looked up the birth chart for the United States of America, July 4th, 1776. And I just put 5 o'clock, right? Just because, we're not sure, but it still would put the planet like in the right place, right? So in looking at the chart, Pluto is actually in the second house in Aquarius. So I'm just gonna go over what that means, because I always like to say that it is in the stars, because I absolutely love astrology, and just looking at the planets and the signs and all of those things, like it makes sense to me, and it's like, oh, okay, it's like so clear. So I just kind of like wanted to kind of touch on it just a little bit. Okay, so basically when I'm saying that Pluto is in the second house in Aquarius, we'll just touch on that. Okay, so basically in astrology, we'll talk about Pluto first, and like what does Pluto mean. So Pluto, like some of the characteristics associated with Pluto is it's the planet of transformation, power, rebirth, regeneration, and the exploration of hidden truths. And Pluto's role, it symbolizes deep change, power dynamics, and the process of letting go to manifest transformation. Okay, so we have the primary meaning of Pluto. Pluto is coming in to transform. Okay, Pluto is about power, regeneration, and also rebirth, right? So the second house in astrology, and I'll just read this here. And the book that I'm reading out of, if you are interested in astrology, it's literally called The Only Astrology Book You'll Ever Need. So I absolutely love this book. It's clear, it's concise, it makes a whole lot of sense, and it's just a very easy read. And the author is Joanne Martine Wolflock. Okay, so the second house in astrology. So the second house is the house of money and possessions. So from an astrological standpoint, and it is so unfortunate because I know, a lot of people, are not getting paid, and you know what I mean? And that sucks. But things will get better eventually. There is going to be a rebirth eventually. But from an astrological standpoint, Pluto being in the second house of the United States, it's clear. It makes sense. The second house, it's the house of money and possessions. It relates to what you own in life and what you will acquire, your income and your financial prospects. All of those things right now, I would say for a lot of us currently being transformed. For a lot of us. Okay, so it relates to what you own in life and what you will acquire, your income and your financial prospects. This is a house of movable possessions, the things you physically take with you as you move through life. The second house also tells how you feel about money and possessions, and gives a clue to the kinds of objects with which you like to surround yourself. To a certain extent, it gives a picture of your earning power and the ability to handle money. And also there's a whole bunch of other, what would you say? There's a bunch of other things that are tied to that to actually make all of that make sense. But nevertheless, to a certain extent, it gives a picture of your earning power and the ability to handle money. The second house often shows what activities and projects may be a lucrative source of income for you. So just bringing it back in with Pluto being in Aquarius in the second house, all of these financial, I don't know if you would say chaos, or I would say more so this financial disruption. It's kind of like, I won't say it's kind of like, but it literally is like in the stars. And then also want to talk, since it is in the sign of Aquarius, I want to briefly touch upon just some of the characteristics of Aquarius. Okay, here we go. Let's see, Aquarius. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on one second, okay? I should have had this pulled up, but as I stated before, I wasn't going to be before you long, but I should have had this pulled up. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's Aries. Okay, so I need to go towards the back, towards Aquarius. Okay, that's where is it? Okay, hold on. I think we're getting close. Where is it? Because when I read this before, okay, here we go. Okay, so okay, so let's speak a little bit about, okay, because since Pluto is in Aquarius, so the symbol for Aquarius, it's the water bearer, dispensing a gift that flows freely and equally to all, representing creation and the giving of life. So like as I was saying, like even though Pluto, especially we're talking about from the second house perspective, even though Pluto is here making all of this transformation from a financial perspective, the sign of Aquarius, and then I'm just gonna read some of the what do you call it? I'm gonna read some of the keywords attributed it to Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius is assertive, independent, progressive, analytical, original, inventive, has strong dislikes and firm opinions. And again, the symbol is a water bearer, dispensing a gift that flows freely and equally to all, representing creation and the giving of life. So yes, I know things seem like so bad right now, but you have that balance, that energy of Aquarius coming in. The water that the water bearer pours out symbolizes truth, which you freely give out to the world. And then there's also humanitarianism associated with the sign of Aquarius as well. So with that being said, again, I stated I would not be before you long, but I just really wanted to just stop in and just kind of dive into that because yes, there's going to be a lot of change that is going to be happening from a financial perspective. Yes, we can see that, we know that, but a rebirth at some point will happen. So with that being said, I'm just gonna leave that there. To whoever watches this video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I absolutely love talking about astrology. You know, it's been a while even since I've done an astrology video, but I was like, let me just touch upon this really quickly. So I'll be delving into some more astrological topics very soon, because as we all know, there's a lot currently going on right now in the cosmos, which is like so exciting. So with that being said, I'm just gonna leave that there. I hope you all have a wonderful night. And as I always like to say, remember, it's in the stars.